Good evening, Rocket League fans. Welcome to Minor League Doubles.
There's still a big chance here for anyone to take this in regulation, and this is
No!
10 seconds are gone in the ball.
With both members of Orange out of net right now, towards the net. This is a need. Numerics puts it in. This game's not over yet.
Bring out your predictions. Bring out your scores. Let's see where we go. Game 7. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Fridge in position. Scores.
Just an insane series.
I just typed in chat. I can feel my heartbeat. Right? It's so tense.
What a series.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the finale of the final game. That's not true. It's the last series of the MLD Sunday Showdown. It's an Anime J, and we've got a friend joining us. It's Curtis.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Figured I literally just got back from collecting my loot from my dealer of Ruffles all dress chips exclusively from Canada. They've made their way across the border into my mouth, so that's good news. With that said, just met up with a friend of mine and figured I'd come back and cast the last series of Rocket League for the week. So
that seems reasonable.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
I mean, you can't see him, but I mean, when can you? He, like I said, he blends in with most room decor.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah, that's not wrong. But yeah, it should be good. Rhinos and Spartans coming up. We saw. Well, I mean, DM Rawlings and Casey Scragg should be good for the Rhinos. We saw Rawlings last time we saw the Rhinos as well. Casey Scragg, he's been on the roster the entire season, no?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So, and then the Spartans should be a good matchup all the way through. These guys are not particularly far away as far as record goes, if I remember correctly from the standings.
Spartans at 15-10. The Rhinos currently at 11-14, but tied in that big logjam at the top of the Sun Division right now. And the Spartans need these wins because they've given up a ton of ground to their rivals. The Lightning 5-0 earlier today. Sharks 4-1. So a lot of ground to make up at the top of that Storm Division right now, whereas the Rhinos, Orange Conference, and the Sun Division in particular, very, very close at the moment, and any number of wins gets them a little bit ahead of their rivals right now.
Yes, there is much to be gained by having a really good showing. A 4-1 in this series from either of these teams would be a huge boon to them. And of course, Casey Scragg and Fizzig, both of their teams top scorer and top assisters. So they've got some of the most solid rosters. I know personally the Rhinos have been putting in a lot of work working on the communication. I'm curious to see how all that prep during the week pays off for them.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was saying, no further ado. I'm going to get these guys in here while Curtis leads us in with his one more further thing.
Yeah, one more further thing about the Rhinos. Last time we saw them, they had some issues where basically it was one guy trying to do too much. And so that's something I'd like to see them fix coming into this particular matchup. Rawlings was kind of the odd man left out in the last duo we saw. Let's see if he can get more involved in the offense in this particular contest as we start this 5-game series in Game 1. Last one for the first week of the second half of the season, if that makes sense. As we get it going, Starbase Arc is the site, of course. Rawlings going to put this up the wall. It'll hit the ceiling, come straight down. Good interrupt there. Spartans move into the offensive zone. Pinched up against the back, still dangerous. It's going to roll up and just above the crossbar. That one is not going to go very well, but the Rhinos, Casey Scragg, going to move out with it. He will at least get it into the offensive zone where they can try to set up a pass play.
Oh!
Never mind. Scragg going to do it all himself. It's 1-0.
Achieves and I just bask in the glory of that double touch there. Carrying it off the boards, getting in front of the ball to tap it down off the crossbar. A fantastic play from Casey, and the Rhinos take the lead here early.
You were definitely right. I just wanted to sit there and appreciate that again. That was a nice shot.
It was up and then left on your quick chat screens, please, for respects, as we are 1-0 for the Rhinos. Good start for them. Could be 2. Casey Scragg, empty net to work with. He's not going to miss those very often. It's 2-0.
Yeah, really not too much need to be said. Just a big miss clear.
Yep.
Yeah,
miss clear.
Womp womp.
Jay with the brutal sound effects. Thank you very much for that.
I apologize. It just sucks when you miss like that and you're the last person back.
I mean, I've done that plenty of times. I don't think I've ever come up with that sound effect, though. Usually it's a curse word that I'm not going to repeat on air. But that's going to be a play off the back wall in the Rhinos end. That's going to send up the crossbar. Chance in front, and Bubbles can't quite get there in time. It'll go back the other way. Opportunity for Rawlings. We're going to try to work it into the middle. Good rotation forward, but it's going to be an interrupt in front of that Spartan net. Now they can try to take control and possession. Taking his time as Bubbles. Keeps it on the back, then it does a backflip instead of going forward into the ball, and it'll get sent back down deep into the Spartans' end. 2-0 as we approach the 2-minute played mark in game 1.
Really good play right now by the Rhinos, except they get caught out here. Swanky Bubbles just picking this one off at midfield here. It's a long ball off the backboard, just up over top of, I believe that's Rawlings. Challenge a little bit late at midfield.
Yeah, challenged a little bit late is right. I was watching his camera that entire time, and he had a chance to go up and get it. The problem was he was so close for only having 30 boost. You'd think that for only having 30 boost and a ball high, pretty far out of your reach, your initial reaction should be to go back.
We get going 2-1. Spartans do make an argument about game 1 at the moment. Rawlings is going to be stuck underneath that ball. Casey Scragg going to follow it up the side. Try to get contact. He'll fly over the ball instead. Bubbles is going to attack it on the sidewall. Rawlings, kind of an idle touch there laterally. Not much doing with it. And that's Physique coming in and taking care of business. Rake pass out front, inadvertent albeit. Oh, never mind. Actually, no. Swanky had a nice pass into the middle. Physique within a stack.
Not a lot you can do on that one. Rawlings just unfortunately popping it off the sideboards there on the diagonal, just losing control of the ball. We talked about it a lot in the last series. When you give up touches like that, it sometimes comes back to burn you.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I actually thought Rawlings did a nice job of buying time, but that's another big misclear. It was a race back to the net. Swanky Bubbles all over it.
And just losing that one in the lights, Casey, a little bit there. Bounces off the backboard just to the side of him as he rolls his car around. Rawlings tries his best to get there. Can't get there at full stretch, and a really quick turnaround here for the Spartans right before halftime.
Just unanswered goals all the way around at the moment. 1 goal lead for the Spartans. They've had 3 unanswered to this point. They might try to get 4 here. Swanky Bubble's going to try to put it out front. Physique will wait, then he'll back up, then jump. Realizes he has no shot at it. He will defer in case Scragg will clear it away. Scragg moves it out into the middle. Far side, he's got it. Rawlings with a nice attack there. Aggressive play. We are tied up again.
Oh, wow. That was weird. Why did Swanky Bubbles go and pick up that boost? I don't know if you noticed, Swanky Bubbles was in the net, and he saw the challenge happening between KC and Fizzig, and he's like, you know what? I've got time to get boost, and he left the net open.
Yeah, that's a big misplay there. A little bit of a decision-making fail, and unfortunately the Spartans give up the lead.
Off the lateral wall, Chance, Swanky Bubbles is going to get that taken away from him. Coming back, Physique, he's going to take this wide of his own net. We are even at 3 with 1:50 to go. Going towards the one of the 8 corners in this particular map. Swanky Bubbles puts it up in the air. He's going to fake out the defender. He's not going to be able to get it towards the front, though, as a nice clearing job is going to clear that one away. It'll be back in the Spartans' end. Chance for Casey Scragg. Rawlings is there lurking as well. We'll put it right into Swanky, and we remain tied. Chance off the lateral.
Sorry, it took me a really long time to get into what I wanted to say. I was just thinking about how to word it. I actually think Rawlings is doing a really nice job playing the second man back in the rotation. Casey is, of course, dominating the general first man forward, get all the plays set up, but Rawlings is doing a pretty good job sitting in the backfield, just because the last time we watched him, he wasn't really allowing enough time to for Casey to get himself reset on defense, and this patience has definitely paid off, as it has really shored up a lot of the defensive mishaps the last time we saw these guys play.
Seems like a lot of the communication errors previously are kind of thwarted away as well with the scrims and things that they've been going through to make sure that they are in top form for this. 40 seconds left. Off the ramp. Chance right around the corner, looking far side. Chance for the Rhinos to put it away. They can't do it. Swanky Bubbles is going to get it clear off the nose, then follow it up. Pass into the middle, maybe more inadvertently than not. Physique going to try to follow it. Double tap. He puts it off the post. Chance for Swanky Bubbles, but a good contest right near the goal line. He's going to take that away. Rhinos have it back the other side.
Really lucky there that the double commit from the Rhinos on a couple of occasions doesn't burn them there. Still time with the ball in the air in their end here. Swanky has a look. Bar down and in!
Wow, Swanky 4-3, 3 seconds to go, and that may do it for game 1.
That is, whoa, that's a ground pinch. There's literally nothing KC can do about that at all, except hope that it doesn't go in. That is the most unfortunate way to lose game 1 if you're the Rhinos.
And they're really going to have to shake that one off at Sheaves. You don't want to lose a game that late like that either. And that's one that the Rhinos are going to have to bury in the memory bank really quickly.
So we get going 9 shots to 4 in favor of the Spartans. They dominated a majority of the play and possession. Rhinos more opportunistic. They did have the first couple of strikes, but just really Spartans got caught their groove about the middle of the game, just did not let up.
Kind of an interesting thing you might have noticed on the scoreboard. The Spartans, they gave up 3 goals and didn't have any saves for all of those, 6 shots that you said the Rhinos put up? So that's kind of an interesting thing for me. The fact that the Spartans weren't able to make any saves off of that many shots, a little troubling. That means that they're not really in position to play defense when the Rhinos are in a strong goal-scoring opportunity.
Fair enough. Something to look at going forward and see if that remains consistent. As Swanky Bill is going to try to take the first shot. It'll bounce off the wall, pop out into the front far side. Nothing that Physique can do with that. Physique will take it on the other side, though. Tries to wait out. That is KC Scragg, and that is a chance in front still of the Rhinos net. Scragg is going to have room to attack. He'll get it up and over 1. He's going to come at the Spartans net, but coming across well to take that one away is Swanky Bubbles. And it will remain scoreless about 35 seconds in.
Weak touch there by Feisig with no boost. Losing control of that to KC. You actually can't do anything on the dribble there. And those little touches, when you're this close in the scoreline, even after that Game 1 win, you don't want to be giving your opponents opportunities because the Rhinos have quality. They can score. They can keep control of that ball and make something good happen with their opportunities.
Chance for Rawlings, putting it laterally off the wall at Bubbles. Bubbles got to be careful with it. He will have the time to take possession. Casey Scragg is going to take away that time, though. He'll come and attack in the offensive zone. 3:45 left. Achieves. I heard you make a mouth noise there. Something tells me you got something to say.
I just watched Casey Scragg just drive around the whole front of the Spartans net and all the side boosts and say good luck pushing out for a bit because he just took all of it. It was delicious. I was like, ugh, this control feels so good.
It really does. The other thing to mention, though, is on this map, obviously your routes are going to change as you rotate in, as you rotate out. How does that change based on the positioning of the boosts and the fact that you have 2 on each side of the offensive and defensive zone?
Jay, do you want to field that?
Yeah, you kind of have to be a little bit more aware of when you can dive out to those corners ones, especially the front ones that are close to the halfway point. When you dive out for those ones, you generally have to be doing so ready to cut hard lateral across the face of goal to change the side of your rotation because of how quickly the ball can switch channels on this map.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of this, it's an interesting dichotomy, because the ball, there's a...
Oh, Swanky keeps a really, really good pop on that ball. It's 1-0, first strike of 2:39 left.
A little bit
of missed that. Yeah, after you.
Yeah, so the Rhinos, you see how they rotate back? Casey going right underneath the control of the ball, and Rawlings on the same vector, kind of getting stuck at the near post of the play. Neither one of them has a chance to challenge that dribble.
Okay, but yeah, continuing to the whole thing about boost. What the heck? Okay.
Forget about that. Interesting angle, as Scragg says, hey, Achieves, shut up. No problem. 1-1.
Boost control is the dumbest thing to talk about when Casey's like, I'll just put this in off the sidewall. Whatever.
Analysts, please.
So let's see if I can get it in now. The interesting thing about the side boost positioning and the 100% boost canisters, you get this odd dichotomy because, like Jay said, those boosts that are out towards the middle of the field, it's very hard to defend your net effectively from them because since it's on this elongated angle away from your net, there's a lot more space you have to cover. But it's balanced by the fact that there's a 100% boost pack right next to your net. So it's so important that if you're on the offensive and you're stealing boost pads, take the ones right next to the net. Those are the ones that really matter.
Fair enough. We're down to 2 minutes left. That one's going to go towards the Rhinos net. Swanky Bubbles has another one, his second of the game, and it's a 2-1 scoreline.
Slow challenge from Rawlings. You see him hesitate just a half step at the corner of the frame right as Swanky Bubbles picks up control of the ball. In that time, it allows the Spartans player to get the shot he wants. By the time Rawlings reacts to it, he's too slow and it chips him.
Chance off the sidewall. Swanky trying to get his third. Not going to happen. That's a perfect shot from KC Scragg. The contested midfield goes for a goal, and we're even at 2.
Oh, baby. He just shut down that angle. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's like he saw the flip, was like, yeah, I got it.
I like it. Minute 49 to go. Even at dose. And game number 2. Spartans have a 1-0 lead in the series. Would love to take a 2-0. And be one away from a series victory. This will be a chance for KC Scragg, though. He says not so fast. He's going to be patient with this. Rawlings is lurking in the scoring zone. He'll try to keep it in, but he'll miss as he flies just underneath the ball. This is a chance. Swanky Bubbles looking for the hat trick. He's got it. 3-2 Spartans en fuego.
Well, Rawlings goes for the death or glory chance there. KC Scragg a little out of position, trying to rotate back, but Swanky, with time and space, makes the shot happen. It's 3-2 now on the back of a great performance for the Spartan Swanky Bubbles.
Yeah, I don't think the real problem there was Rawlings' death or glory. To me, it looked like KC, he might have reached to it. Sure, the challenge might have been a little bit too early, but it was also compounded by the fact KC Scragg in front of the net. The feels backflip, maybe just giving up on the play, but it would have been really close.
This will be back in the Rhinos' end, maybe making another one, and that one's going to go wide of the right post. Chiefs made a noise usually reserved for small dogs. As we get going, we're about a minute to go in game 2. Spartans still attacking, trying to get something towards the net. Swanky with a good angle towards the far side. It's 4-2.
What? Just the greatest carry. Gets up into the corner, gets behind the ball to put that down at the angle, is able to drop that top corner from an impossible angle. 4-2 now for the Spartans.
Yeah, the shot was nuts, but KC was actually so close to making that save. If he went maybe like 3 pixels deeper into the net, he probably keeps it out.
When analysts mention pixels, lol. No problem. Up the sidewall, it'll roll along the ceiling. Spartans not letting the Rhinos breathe at this point. This will be followed up by Rawlings. That's a play in the middle. He doesn't have the angle at jumping at it. Yeah, he could have. He could have. He decided to wait and look at the ball.
Went for the bump.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It's like it took him a while, but he did go for it.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of like gave up on it, was slowing down. I didn't think he was trying for a bump at that point. Rawlings going to try to put this in front for Scragg. Scragg going to attempt to fly at it. Decides to jump up, then down. 4-2. And with 4 seconds to go, that is likely going to be how this gun is going to end. This will bounce off and then down. Spartans are going to take game 2. Final count 4-2. Decent game for them. Really, really good offensive possession. Nothing really the Rhinos could do to take them off it.
No, just too many shots for the Spartans in this game. 9 of them registered. Only 4 saves, though, needed from the Rhinos there. But I don't know, Chiefs. What's your take on this one here? Because late, I think, with the Rhinos chasing the game, they didn't quite make the best of their opportunities.
Yeah, so to me, the big problem, because I spent the entirety of Game 1 watching DM Rawlings, I spent the entirety of Game 2 watching KC Scragg. The big difference to me in that game was the effectiveness of the clears for the Rhinos in Game number 2. They weren't really able to put it out into space and effectively move out of their own half. They only registered 2 shots compared to like the 6 or something that they put up in Game 1. That just speaks of a lack of being able to hang on to the ball. If they changed that, I mean, either way, these games are still really close, and now I'm going to spend all game watching Swanky Bubbles.
There you go. He's been a pretty good guy to watch at the moment. He's had the majority of the impact for the Spartans. We'll see if that can continue. Swanky is going to get a contest right after the kick. Rhinos retreat back into their own end. That was a pass across that Swanky was unable to get to. He'll follow it up the wall, try to jump into this, but that's taken away by Rawlings. Rawlings has a 1v1 the other way, puts it up the sidewall. Little lax on the attack, and back the other way come the Spartans. Pass into the middle, and a shot towards the net goes well wide. A good contest just off the goal line, and it's an empty net. Rhinos take their first lead in a while as Scrag gets them on the board.
Apparently chat telling me that I lost Skype for a minute and Achieves wasn't actually there. I don't know what happened. Like, I tabbed back into Skype, like I literally clicked it and it worked fine. But Casey Scrag opened net there as the Spartans overcommit, and it's an opening goal here for the Rhinos in Game 3.
Overcommit's right. Swanky Bubbles went for a really aggressive goal-scoring opportunity. The problem, Physics stayed with it too.
That's a chance in front, another one that the Rhinos are able to get to. Casey Scrag gonna move it the other way. Has an attack angle here if he can get it. That's towards the far post, and it's in! That is well done, riding the wall till the very end.
Really good angle from Casey on this one. Feisig just gets a little too tight. A little too tight to that near post Achieves, and that's why he can't make the save.
Yeah, a little too tight is right, but also Casey Scrag is like, you see, gentlemen, this is why you should use plank cars, because the only reason he's able to get behind that ball is because he's not driving a Dominus or an Octane. He's got something that's literally a wafer of a car, and it just fits right behind it.
And Swanky's going to get one back on a missed clearing attempt. 2-1, and the Spartans answer.
The Rawlings just gets a little bit backwards on that one. Looks like he wanted to go, then drifts too far under the flight of the ball. And Swanky Bubbles with the chip from midfield puts that one past and cuts that lead back down to a single goal.
Hesitation killed Rawlings there, no?
Yeah,
it does
is
a lot,
something
though.
that that's something that consistently plagues Rawlings. Is he gets a little bit flustered when balls are shot directly at his car and he's not facing it, just because that change of mindset you have to have in which direction you have to flip, and it seems like he takes a moment to think about it, and that moment is what always costs him.
Possible redemption for Rawlings. He's not able to get it towards the goal line. Casey Scrag trying to put it down. Rawlings there to tap it off to the side. Spartans and Rhinos both fighting for this along the corner. Casey able to grab the boost pad. He's able to get the contact again over the aerial challenge. Pop it off the side. He will travel up that wall. He's first to this ball, second one to the ball. It gets the better of the contact, though, in this case. And it'll pop into the middle. Shot on net. That's an open net. That's a nice one for Feisig. 2-2 with 3:11 to go.
Really good win by Swanky there to get that ball out in the corner. You see the Rhinos? They're just following the ball there. Both of them turning towards it, trying to cut it off. Feisig says, no, thank you very much. I'll take the shot off into the open net.
Oh, no, wait. Is it Physig or Feisig?
It's Phi Sig, it's in Phi Sigma.
Oh, God. Oh, God. No.
Yeah, I heard Jay say it earlier, so I adjusted the way I said it, and then Achieves called it out. No problem. I was just going to let it go after I corrected it.
Okay. I guess.
Achieves is broken. This is broken Achieves. Send help. Chance in front of the Spartans net. Nothing coming of it for the Rhinos. We are even at 2. The scoreboard read 2-2, 4-2-2 there for a second. I've got 4 of a kind. What do you have? As we are in the Rhinos end for the moment. Rawlings tries to get it around Swanky. Coming on is KC. KC's going to send this into the front of the Spartan net, and then Swanky can work a dribble. He puts it off and actually left of that post. Feisig off the ceiling, drops it straight down. Usually Swanky'd be one to go for that. He has the hesitation with a 2-2 all or 2-all score, and the Rhinos can move it back into the other end.
Ooh, they're trapped right now. This is. Ooh. They are lucky that that ball wasn't in frame. I'll bet your Rawlings would have been right there. Oh, or probably not. He's back on his own half right now.
I went to his camera expecting him to be in position to take that shot. Nope, he's grabbing boost.
Oh! Yeah.
And Swanky, a little bit of the Moy.
Well, it does what he's been doing all series long. He gets one on a double touch here, and that double commit would have been really bad for the Spartans had they missed, but they don't in this case.
Yeah, Swanky did a really nice job. He read the bounce off the wall a little bit better than Rawlings, so that's really all that needed to be said about it. Sorry, Jay, you don't get to analyze.
I mean, I'm good, bruh.
The one and only time you'll ever hear Jay say bruh on stream. No problem. 4-2. Swanky Bubbles gets another one. His third of the game. Hat trick for that man.
Yeah. Rhinos again just get caught stuck watching the ball, and Feisig drifts it out to Swanky Bubbles, who makes the turn, cuts it behind KC there. Rhinos need to settle down, I think, right now. They might need to take some time in between games to address some of these little breakdowns. Once they get out to that lead, they're just not locking it down on defense.
Well, the reason that last goal actually all happened is it's like, sure, there was a... Whoa, you're kidding.
Can confirm, not kidding. 5-2 in favor of the Spartans at this point.
You want to finish the thought?
That's just 2 missed clears. So yeah, that one's just 2 missed clears. The previous one, Swanky Bubbles did a couple of good things. First off, he went right in front of the net, bullied out the initial challenge from one of the Rhinos defenders. 2, stole the boost. 3, repositioned himself for the pass. And 4, finished the job.
Ooh, that was a good-looking shot from KC. Unable to finish it off, though. Rolling's going to turn back into it. Gets one off the side. He has the possibility to double-tap this. He's going to miss. It's still there for Scragg. It goes over him. That's an empty net. And the control is going to fill Feisig, and Rawlings comes back and makes a nice save.
Big save. Really well done to get back, make the challenge, reading it properly. Yep, that's one they need. KC
2-point swing.
That one around. There you go.
2-point swing. 5-3, 55 seconds to go. Game not out of reach yet for the Rhinos.
Yep, Swinky kind of expecting Feisig to come up with a touch there out of the midfield. Come up empty and says, oh boy, here we go. And KC wisely takes his time, says, no problem, bud.
We got you, bud. Chance for KC. He's going to try to finish this thought. Nope, Swanky Bubbles going to knock that one down. Following it, Feisig, that's an empty net, cuts the angle, rolls it around the post, 6-3, and that's likely going to do it for Game 3.
Yeah, really good aerial interception there by Swanky. Downfield, right to Feisig. Both the Rhinos committing, trying to close that gap. As, you know, 2-goal lead under a minute, you have to commit to some of those challenges. And it's unfortunate for them, they just don't make it happen.
Nature of the beast.
Back along the ceiling. Nothing happening. They can take their time. Wow. Coming up, Feisig. Nice pass into the middle, and that is a perfectly done 1-2 play for the Spartans.
Good challenge, too. Feisig actually winning that past the plank of KC Scragg right out for Swanky Bubbles to finish that one off. Really well won there.
Yeah, so Swanky, he's got a... The only thing he doesn't have at this point is a Savior badge, and that's just because they don't let shots be on target. It's like they've registered 6 shots on the Rhino side, but they haven't been on frame or warranted saves. It's like Swanky Bubbles, he's got a hat trick, he's got a playmaker, he's like, yo, this game's easy.
This game's easy. I can confirm. No, it's not. But it's okay. Well, we love it anyway. No problem. There's 10 seconds left. 7-3. That's going to do it for Game 3. Series victory going to go to the Spartans. 2 games to try to salvage for the Rhinos. 2 they desperately need for standings reasons. So these next 2 games become huge for them when it comes to playoff seeding.
Yeah, and again, a lot of the Sun Division teams not able to keep pace with the Storm right now. It's been the recurring theme of the last 4 weeks, as that Sun Division is so close on the virtue of all the teams in general dropping a ton of games to their Storm Division counterparts.
Yeah, the Bears lost 0-5, correct? The Pirates, what did they go? Do you know off the top of your head, Jay?
The Pirates, who did they play? I'm just going to go double check things here. They played the Comets. They lost 3-2 to the Comets.
Okay, so they're currently the leaders right now of the Sun, because the Warriors played the Sharks earlier today and lost 1-4. So if these Rhinos are able to take these last 2 games, they're they're technically top dogs along with the Pirates at the top of the Sun Division.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, man, it just makes those Orange Conference standings, like across all the divisions, really, really nuts right now, because it's so difficult to figure out who's going to come out of it.
God forbid
we have to analyze things. Jeez.
Taking a look at these last 2 games, though, as I'm kind of taking a look at these games as they've progressed, one thing I'm noticing about the Rhinos is that they really haven't had a lot of aggression at the midfield. They haven't been able to get to these balls, or haven't really attempted to. They've been kind of giving the Spartans their freedom to move how they want.
they kind of got a little bit shell-shocked here. Casey tries to get challenged on that one. Feisig dunking him, going submarine on that one. But you're kind of right, Curtis. They aren't having that same kind of presence in midfield right now.
Yeah, because in game number 1, like, they were able to... to me, it seems like they're getting those touches out of their own half. They've missed a fair few. Because right there is
there's a chance they have this. They got it. They need it. They need it. Where's Rawlings? Please. Please. Okay, we're good. Casey Scragg able to finish that one off, and that was physically painful for me, and probably for Casey Scragg as well.
Man, I mean, I think all you can do is spam "phew" in the quick chat as a response to that one.
Need Badger's soundboard,
Stacks.
please.
Yeah, we need stacks.
No problem. 1-1 as we play 30 seconds into game number 4. This is a chance for Swanky Bubbles to get one back. Good save from Casey. Rawlings first to the ball, is able to get that one well out of his own zone. Casey will follow. Look to touch it into the middle. Rawlings lurking, but a good clear as Feisig able to get into it, then knock it back into the Rhinos' end.
Ooh, why?
I don't think he wanted to make contact though.
I mean, he jumped at it. I think he definitely did. I was just curious why.
C-ball
in
hit
retrospect.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
It's your classic C-ball hit ball. You know, Curtis, we talked to you about this a lot with your plays. Sometimes you just react to a ball that you shouldn't.
Ball's coming at you. Oh, I must make contact. In this case, you don't want to make contact with that, and that's the mindset that will need to be corrected as they move up the chain. That's an empty net. Rhinos able to take advantage. 2-1, and KC able to give them the lead.
Left frame, 2 Spartans, same spot of the field. What do? Put a low ball in front of the net. What do the Rhinos do? Walk it down and score.
And to me, I would like to point out how much of a gentleman Feisig was, because he was the first one to rotate out, and he left the near boost for his teammate, and he gets destroyed. Oh, goodness.
What is this from KC? The move right there. That will do it. That will do it every single time, and 3-1 as we are witnessing a bit of a collapse here on the Spartans.
Plank face-off into great recovery into diddled.
Nailed it. The truest combo in Rocket League.
the recovery diddle is OP. Chance for Swanky Bubbles. He's going to try for a ground pinch and go just underneath the ball. Can't quite get Carr onto it. Rhinos have it around their boost orb. They're able to take the 100. That'll center into the middle for Casey Scragg. KC goes off the ladder, off the diagonal wall. Chance for Swanky to get a long clear. Rawlings is going to fly across the face of goal and put that off of the diagonal wall again. And KC able to finally move it out towards that boost orb a second time as they try to work it towards that blue end.
Big save by Rawlings there. Right place, right time as Feisig puts it right at him.
Chance into the middle. Feisig is going to rotate out, then back in. He's going to attack this. Actually, he'll wait. He'll be patient with this. Has Swanky lurking. Going towards KC. That's going to roll around the face of goal, off the post. It still may go, and he puts it into his own net. Feels bad, man. For Casey Scragg, it's 3-2.
Post.
Jeez.
Post. And then panic.
Yep.
That was just such an awkward, like, bounce off of that lip, though. Like, that was maybe the 1 pixel on that corner where it could possibly go into goal frame. Like 99 out of 100 times, that just skips right across.
Yeah, it feels star-based, man. I'm not sure that happens on any other map at the moment.
I mean, that happens on other maps. It's just, especially on this one, like that angle is so tight. Oh!
You want to talk about that angle being tight, you need to make sure that you're tight to the near post when you make a save like this. That bounce on the angle, you see where Casey stops? He leaves that seam open near post, and you have to be able to get the front of your car on that, because if you're even the slightest bit sideways, it leaves it open when you try to save that ball.
I agree.
Chance for Swanky Bubbles. He's going to try to put this center frame. Goes across the face of goal, and having to chase that one down is Feisig. Needs to get there first before KC. He will. Rawlings tries for a challenge. He's going to miss, and that is a mistake he'll pay for 99 times out of 100. 4-3 in favor of the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much why they lost the last game, too. Miss a couple of touches you should come down with, and they get capitalized on.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, he probably just didn't read the ball coming off the wall like that. He probably read it staying on the wall or something of that sort. I'm pretty sure that's what he'll say when we go and ask, hey, what happened on that play? That's exactly what he'll say. And
Rawlings, why you not hit ball?
Why you not hit?
Because I'm bad.
He's so easy.
Because I'm bad. That's what he would say.
And Swanky gonna get one that rolls just underneath the crossbar, 5-3, and the Spartans are rolling in game 4.
Yeah, this one just getting up and off at a really good angle. Rawlings goes back to net, but that's one that you have to be aggressive to. You almost have to go up for it, facing your own goal, because if you leave that ball to fall down like that for an opponent to jump on, they're almost always going to put it above you, and it takes a lot to react and get up to that one at the crossbar.
Oh, they're going to be able to get another one here.
Sig,
6-3. That's, I believe, 6 unanswered goals at this point.
Yeah, that's a 6-point swing. That's the... And what's funny, all these goals that they've scored have been from distances of the middle of the box or less. It seems like as soon as you get the Rhinos right in front of their net, they just can't handle it. It's just too close, and they just can't hang.
Or miss challenges that equal the ball going into that area too,
Exactly.
as we've seen with Rawlings. So something they're going to have to correct. I mean, it's not something that they're going to be able to survive with in this day and age with very, very talented people on the other side of the pitch. This will be a chance in front, another one that's just within the box range. 1:08 left, 6-3 score. They're going to try to get one back. This is a chance for Rawlings. Nears post and coming across to make a nice save. It's Swanky Bubbles. It'll go back towards the corner wall.
And can't buy a goal right now, the Rhinos, but they can sure sell them like they're going out of style at the other end. Right now, they just can't win a 50.
What is that bounce?
It went
What?
off both of the Rhinos and still said... What?
Boink, boink.
And
What
hits
is that bounce off the crossbar?
That is the Psionics post change, where occasionally the ball does stupid things like roll off the bar into the net.
Vacuum cleaner crossbar.
Yeah, I'm looking for the noise that my cat is scared of when we turn on the vacuum coming from the goal. That's a little bit different, but the Rhinos are going to pay the price for it. 7-3, 30 seconds left in game 4. We are coming along, chugging along to the end of game 4, and it's more of the same. Rhinos just can't keep things out of their own net, and that's been consistent throughout.
Oh,
Hey, that's
no.
the first one that's not from right in front of the net.
Yeah, but it's still a weak touch from Rawlings, had no boost, right into Swanky Bubbles, gets the bump, but he doesn't even need to recover because KC just reading it incorrectly. It floats in.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's
You have
even
the
hard.
to get to it, just poor takeoff.
Yeah. Feels angles, man.
Yeah.
Right? Geometry is hard, kids. Do your math in schools.
Stay in school. Stay in school. All I'm going to say about that. Chance near side.
Oh, God.
Please don't put that in your own net. Please don't
Oh,
do it.
God.
Swanky will miss, and that will go towards the floor. Spartans are going to take game 4 as they come through with 7 unanswered goals to do it. And it is a 8 unanswered goals to do it. The Spartans are rolling going into the final game.
I mean, I guess they'll be tied with the Warriors for 3rd if they win the last one. Small consolation. To be honest, this game started off pretty good. It's just like, after like the 3-minute mark, it was like...
But how many games have the Rhinos gone out to a start like that? And they get a lead, and then all of a sudden the wheels literally fall off.
Hard to watch for sure.
It's been it's frustrating for the Rhinos right now.
I'm out of characters, so I guess I just watch from auto cam this game.
We got to game 5 and there's no one left to watch.
Well, at the moment, the biggest thing for the Rhinos is to have a short memory. They have to fix their mistakes, and they may get a goal here to try to start that process. Nope, not quite on this play. But they have to fix their mistakes in the sense of they basically have to hit the ball. I know it sounds so easy.
Hitting the ball.
Yeah, that's basically what we've gone to, and that's a firm example of it right there. They are able to survive this particular point, but they're just having problems seeing ball and hitting ball, and that has been their biggest downfall in this series.
You know how we've talked about a lot watching the Rhinos the last few weeks? How sometimes when things start to go against Rawlings, he kind of retreats into a bit of a shell and gets very, very flustered. This is more of the same. And on the other hand, KC starts to try and do a little bit too much, tries to get a bit too fancy, trying to force the play, and then things really come off for the Rhinos.
Yeah, that's a fair point, because KC starts trying to pick up the slack, I should say, or compensate. Or
honestly, most of their problems are stemming from right in front of their net. Like, they're just missing clears and touches that get the ball out of danger, and it's just tanked them. That's really the biggest thing. Whenever they get it out into the neutral game like they are now, they do fairly all right. It's just as soon as it gets onto their half and they miss a touch, then the panic happens.
Like that?
Oh, see, that's
that.
it. Ball's coming
Just
at
like
them.
that.
Neither one can make contact on it, and Swanky Balls is going to get one that goes across the face of goal and eventually in.
The problem here is that KC comes back underneath the ball and Rawlings is also there. Neither one of them makes the touch, but it's KC's rotation that doesn't leave them a lot of options. Coming in off that diagonal, you either have to make the touch off the wall and let your teammate sit down and correct if you miss, or the teammate has to go and you need to change your path of rotation to better compensate for if he can't make the touch.
And I can imagine what the comms sound like on the Rhino side right now, because I've been on those comms. I understand exactly what those feels like. And it's not a pleasant place to be at the moment, but it's something that, you know, ultimately, it's not a matter of playing together. I think it's just a matter of communicating. Like, I see ball, I will hit ball, you know hit ball.
I honestly get the sense right now that the comms are dead silent. It just does not feel like they are playing off of anything other than pure instinct, and it's not serving them well right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's that. Generally, it's no fun. It's no fun being in comms like that, because you know when you make a mistake, and you start to kind of doubt yourself, and it really hurts in that sense. Like, we know what Rawlings can do, we know what KC can do, and see them go through something like this, it does hurt a little bit, because we know at least Rawlings very well. I don't know KC very much, but we know Rawlings very well, and we know he's a better player than what has been displayed tonight.
I gotta wonder how much, once he gets his PC done, he's actually playing on a MacBook right now, and it's long been documented, the frame rate issues, etc., that he's had to deal with. You gotta wonder, once that PC is done, will that change the type of confidence level he has going out for balls? I mean, he talks about it a lot when he plays at like the RLCS LAN, when he's able to play on the same kind of hardware these guys do, how much of a difference it makes being able to see 3 times as many frames and be able to react to things in that little bit quicker, like, you know, with that little bit less latency in your own decision making, because your brain processes it faster. You
know what I just realized? Put my eyes into DM Rawlings, and that's what it's like him playing on a MacBook right now.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that.
Man, what a comparison.
Yeah, that's probably the best analogy I can ever come up with. And then once he gets his new monitor and his new PC set up, it'll be like he put in contacts or had LASIK or something. And then all of a sudden, hey, everything is clear. I can see clearly now. The frame fuzz is gone.
Wait, are you saying are you saying that the cure for albinism is LASIK? Because that might be the greatest soundbite of all time.
No, well, no, not the cure for albinism. I've definitely done some research into that.
Isn't that the sun? I thought the sun fixed it.
That might be
Am I wrong?
Soundbite of all time. Yes, you are wrong. Can confirm.
The government-sponsored research grant to fix my research. Apologies.
Your unchecked resources, just like Unthink, talking about cryptocurrency. 107 left here.
Crossover.
A little bit of crossover. Nothing wrong with that.
Rocket League memes.
Yep. They never get old, except for when they do.
I was hoping you would score there so I could do one, but he didn't.
Turning back into this one is Rawlings. Rawlings going to take this back to his own net. Taken away by Feizig. Coming across the other side, trying to hit an angle. That's a dangerous place for that to live. And Feizig is going to jam that in the top right corner. It's 4-0.
I mean, that's just a ball going really unfortunately off of Swanky Bubbles into KC, who can't do anything but watch it pop up off him, unfortunately. Feisig jams it home. And let's just go ahead and delete the VOD for the sake of the Rhinos on this one, because since the opening...
Actually, like 6-hour VOD?
I disagree. I disagree. Let's not delete the VOD. Let's have them kind of calm themselves and come and look at it tomorrow.
Save their replays and watch it that way.
I mean, yeah, easy. That works too.
That's
just
true.
That way,
way better.
Yeah, that sounds like a much better solution, because I mean, there are things in here that they're gonna realize in some spots where they panicked, and what they could have done differently to try to slow things down. Like that ball is, if things are going right, KC right there does not go for that aerial.
Or he squares it up. One of the two.
Yep. So either way, Spartans walk away with a 5-0 on the Rhinos, on a very, very tilted Rhino squad at this point, and they are able to do Spartan-type things, and very, very good work from Swanky Bubbles, easily the MVP of the series.
Yeah, that's a series that the Rhinos had in their grasp very early on, and in a number of games.
It's just like the Puffin series earlier. Like, they literally beat themselves. Like, yes, the Spartans played well. Don't take that away from the Spartans or the Hurricanes who played the Puffins. Like, the Spartans certainly deserve this win, but it could have been a much closer series.
Yeah. It's a number of little things that add up, and we talk about it so many times with the types of play that, you know, is occasionally productive or occasionally destructive for a team. And in a lot of cases throughout the entirety of today, and I mean, the Chiefs, you and I have sat through 5 now matches, and it's a bit tough at times when you just get that compounding mistake on mistake that just kind of falls off for you.
The mental game is very difficult to rally at start, because one mistake and you think, because you get put in the same situation so often. Think about how many times they got the ball put right in front of their net in those last 2 games. It's like they've already made mistake after mistake after mistake, and eventually there comes a point where be like, oh, it's right here again, I have to hit this ball, and you just think about it too much.
But I think that's going to do it for us here on the MLD Network. We got one more giveaway, though, to throw away. I had some raffle running here that I will close off here in a couple of seconds. Last chance to get in. You need at least 15 loaves to get in on this giveaway. It's a code for a free game on Steam. I don't know which one it is.
Can you give me loaves?
I mean, I can, but it goes against the spirit of it, which is to reward our subscribers and our patrons for their support. Also, Curtis, if you're still here, 2 is the max. Just do tickets 2 to get in on this giveaway.
Easy.
Yeah, Curtis, stop cheating.
I mean, the system is pretty good about preventing him from cheating, I must say. So last chance to get onto the giveaway. 2 is the maximum tickets you can buy if you guys want to try and get in on this free game giveaway on Steam. Curtis, dude, you need to copy paste.
It's right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Why did we let him on here, Jay?
You didn't want... you know what? I don't know why we let him on.
There we go. I was about to say, you're really going to throw me under the bus right now?
Achieves, given the opportunity, Achieves, I would gladly throw you under the bus. But we're gonna close off the raffle here, guys. Final giveaway of the weekend. And look at that. Wins the series 5-0. It's Feisig with the giveaway win. Congratulations.
Rigged.
Sneaking in. Yeah, it's
pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded. All right,
Love
folks.
You, just kidding.
All right, folks. I'm going to throw it over to the title card here because I'm getting tired. But a big thanks for Curtis for coming in, and Achieves for gutting out 5 series with me in the booth. It sucks having to listen to me for that long, and it sucks more having to 1v1 me because we had a bit of a delay. But I thank you guys, as always, for coming on. A big thanks as well to all the moderators.
I mean, who did that suck for, though? Did it suck for him, or did it suck for you?
Pick. Because he has to listen to me for 5 series too, which is
that's a pick 'em right there. It's anyway, folks. We're gonna throw it over to College Carball.
Oh, okay.
No, College Carball's going right now. We're gonna throw it over to College Carball right now. They can throw it over to Dazzer and give him some love afterwards. But say hi from all of us here at MLD. For everybody, I've been Inanimate J. You can follow me on Twitter at Inanimate J. You can follow Achieves at AchievesRL or Curtis at RL_Curtis. If you haven't already, folks, check us out on the league at ML Doubles. And we thank you guys so much. Please stick around for the host and stay tuned for us again on Wednesday night with Behind the Goal as we recap the Week 6 action. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you next time.